Hey you guys, today I'm going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10 Episode 6. Straight bullshit. I'm just saying, I'm so tired of women finally getting in the in crowd and start acting like mean girls. I'm not with that. So it's a couple of bitches that are going to get red on this review because I'm not with it. So it started where Nene and Portia was going back and forth with the fuck you, woo, woo. And so they kind of pulled Nene away from the table or whatever as they were still arguing. Kenya butted her ass in, shut up. And y'all know me. I like Kenya, but I'll just be feeling like when it's between two women, let them argue. Don't nobody need no chime-ins and all that. It's they grown women and they can fight their own battles. So when Nene was telling her, you shouldn't be here, Portia was like, you shouldn't either. And I'm like, I agree. Nene should not be here because all she do is stir up bullshit. Like, for real. And think she better than other people. And I was so here for Portia this episode. I'm not even really, like, on her side or whatever. Like, as far as the Candy situation. Oh, excuse me, I just ate some ribs. But with the Candy situation. But all this other, I was just on her side with this because I felt like Nene was way out of line. She wants somebody else to take ownership for what they did, but she doesn't take ownership for what she did, so I'm not with that. Then she was like, I started this shit, you wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for me. Girl, if you don't stop, bitch, I'll be trying not to go off on and cuss a lot because YouTube be tripping. But at the same time, I'm just gonna be me. So I was just irritated because I'm sitting there like, you didn't start Real Housewives of nothing. Like, okay, you probably talked to Andy to come with these girls or whatever, but bitch, you remember the first season when you wasn't even allowed into Sheree's party because you wasn't invited, you wasn't on the guest list. So how did you start something? You wasn't even popping or rich enough to be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? You was the ghetto one that they didn't really want to hang with. You know what I'm saying? Kim brought you around because Kim was Sheree's friend. Did we all miss that part? Like, I think she'd be forgetting that some of us been watching it since season 1. And I'm just like, girl, stop trying to make it seem like you make this show pop. Girl, we was happy when you were gone. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I was kind of over that. And then she was like, you fuck Candy over. And I'm with Portia. Why are you fighting Candy battles? Candy not saying nothing. Why are you saying something? I think she should be gone because what she did to Candy. If Candy and Andy not talking about this, why? You don't have that much pull, boo-boo, remember? So they pulled her off. I was glad that Sheree sat there with Portia. As much as I don't care for Sheree, I'm glad that she did not leave her by herself because, yes, this was your trip. So if she would have left her by herself, I would have kind of looked at her funny. But, yeah, I wasn't surprised that the other girls got up from the table because none of them like Portia. So I wasn't, surprised by that. I do like how Portia was like, I'm nobody's victim. I'm not. And I'm glad she owned up to it. Like, I'm not the victim. Yes, I played a part in it, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that argument between Nene and her, it was stupid to be arguing over another bitch, like, for real. So, the mean girls go in the room to talk about Portia. And I was irritated with Candy and Kenya. Kept butting on in, kept, like, pumping Nene up. And Candy, like, I'm just glad that somebody else got beef with Portia. That's because you don't have no backbone to say nothing to nobody face to face. You say all your shit in the confessionals. You don't have no backbone to just go head up with Portia and make a storyline seem like to me. Because, okay, I'm not mad at Candy don't want to talk to Portia, want to deal with her because of the accusations. But I be feeling like, girl, y'all let Nene have that storyline to go against Portia so she could have one. Because other than that, what storyline do Nene have? I'm just saying, I just don't like her, and I'm glad she said nobody is perfect. Nene has came at every girl at this table. starting with who she started with. Was it Candy first, like season 3? Then it was Sheree. Then it was Marlo. It was Kenya. It was Cynthia. Every woman at that table, she have went after. She have said they shouldn't be on the show. Every last one of them. So I don't understand why they run it behind her kissing her ass. But hey, whatever. What else I was gonna talk about? I'm glad that Marlo was trying to be the peacemaker between Portia and Nene, but I do hate that she always be trying to come for Kenya. Like, bitch, go home somewhere, go to sleep. I don't know, whatever. I'm glad that Cynthia had her grown woman panties on this whole episode, because she was just like, friendship goes 2 ways. And I've always said that. I hate when people call me and be like, girl, you don't call me. I be like, bitch, my number ain't changed in 6 years. You ain't called me neither. So I do agree with that part where, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Portia did some things, but so have Nene. Can you own up to your shit, Nene? Yes, you didn't say fired, but everybody know what you said. So, like, come on. Even when Cynthia brought it up, I'm like, yeah, you see the playback? You see that playback? I'm just saying. She upset she didn't want none of these girls on the show before. Like, I just can't stand Nene. Not gonna happen whatsoever. Anyway, the next day, they talk about they gonna have to split up in 2 groups because of Portia and Nene. And I'm like this, you come on my trip and you don't get along and you want to start problems, bitch, go home. We not splitting up time between when it's supposed to be a girl trip and everybody get along. If you can't get along and put your grown ass woman panties on, you can go home. But all that splitting up, And I think Nene only wanted to split up so she can keep on starting messing, talking about people like she did. So they do that. One going to the fisherman something. I have been like where they were, where the fisherman part is, and where we went to go eat on the water and stuff. They got some good fish out there in San Francisco. I will give them that. And then the other ones went to Chinatown. So Nene and her group, they went to the little fisherman little part, and they just talked about Sheree. Nene brings up, oh, that was Sheree man at over there in Prison Bay, and then she started telling the girls about what Sheree man is in jail for. He's a what she called him? She called him a con artist, and how he scammed some company out of $4 million. And then he go, Candy, I hope they don't he don't con her out of Chateau Sheree. And I'm sitting there like, y'all some fake bitches. Y'all so fake, because all y'all smiled in that girl's face. Y'all was pumping her up on that bus when she brought it up. Why y'all didn't ask her right then and there, what is he in jail for? Nene, why you didn't bring it up right then and there, what he in jail for? You wait till you got behind Sheree's back to talk to her about that girl's man so the other girls can feel some kind of way about him. Like, you fake. She fake. And she just coming on here to start drama with these women, and they allow this shit. But okay. They end up getting on this trolley, and no, that ain't the part where she was crying or whatever. But okay. They get on this trolley, and they was asking Kenya about her grandmother, and she was telling them about how she watched the video she did for her grandmother's tribute, and that made Portia feel some kind of way because she had recently lost her uncle. So she walked off and started crying. Here come Candy talking shit about her, and I'm sitting there like, girl, shut up. Ooh, I guess she's feeling kind of emotional, and she's feeling some kind of way about something. Marlo was like, maybe because y'all not talking to her, maybe that's why. And I'm like, no, bitch, that ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, because she was sitting there okay with them not talking to her. But yeah, so all that Portia calling her mama, I didn't care. Anyway, like I said, that shit really bothered me. I'm glad Cynthia, like I said, had grown woman panties on, and she went and checked on Portia. Regardless of Cynthia and Portia not the best of friends, she didn't want to see her hurt or by herself, so she went and checked on her, which I thought Sheree should have did, like I said, because that's your trip. But hey, Cynthia want to do it, let her do it. And I'm glad she did it so Nene can keep on feeling some kind of way. So she went and talked to her. She told her, like, you know, it's a lot. You know, all this going on, it's a lot. Well, all these mean bitches ganging up on her. It's a lot. Because right now, I feel like, Kenya, you don't have no problem with Portia, so why are you still saying something? Portia, stop making little comments about Kenya. Y'all both over there don't have no beef, and y'all stay shading each other for no damn reason. Only person really have legitimate beef with her is Candy. Nene just want to make something about her and all this kind of stuff. Yes, both of them have said something on different platforms or whatever, but I agree with Portia. Like, I did not say anything to shade Nene. If y'all seen a video of Portia just shading the shit out of Nene, send it to me, link it to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but what I saw of what Portia said, only person came for Nene was the brat, and then Portia was just like, people, you know, coming for her blessings or whatever, but she never just like went in on Nene. Never said, oh, that bitch is messy, hateful, don't like me. If she did, I didn't see it, but that ain't the part that Bravo played, because I don't follow these bras. I don't even watch Dish Nation, so hey. And I like the brat, and I still don't watch that shit. So that just bothers me. Nene, I said about Nene shading Sheree's husband and all that kind of stuff. Sheree started to feel bad when they go on to Chinatown. They was out there shopping or whatever. And she was like, you know, Kenya's been going through a rough time, so let's do something for her. So they try to decide what they were going to do for her. And they decided they're going to throw her a wedding since they wasn't invited on the wedding. So they was like, it could go left or it can go right. You know what I'm saying? She can either be cool with it or be mad thinking we're going to make fun of her. So they was trying to feel that. They called Nene to let her know what was about. She was like, who she marrying? And I'm just like, this bitch shades everybody every chance she get. It doesn't matter who it is. If they ain't in her face, she's shading them. Kenya goes and talks to Cynthia. They dressed alike. So, because Cynthia went to go get Kenya for whatever the girls' trip night that they thought they was going on. So while they're talking or whatever in there, the other ladies, they're setting up the wedding. Candy was like, what's this? Who she marrying? So where's her husband? How we gonna have a wedding with no husband? So Marlo was like, her husband is on his way. Candy like, bitch, what? Huh? And then come and find out they have some poster with a question mark, just being funny. So I was just like, it is what it is. Like I said, it can go left or it can go right. Especially when some of you bitches don't like her or y'all shading her. But you know, it is what it is. They invited fake guests, all this kind of stuff. When Kenya and Cynthia came to the wedding, they didn't trip. They was cool with it. They went along with it because, you know, they was like, you know, she did put that wedding together for Phaedra. So, you know, she should be, you know, cool with the plan. So, but she laughed it off. She went along with it. Nene was the little minister person. Candy was singing, Here Come the Bride. Portia was the fake husband. She was holding a little cardboard of him. You know, it was cool. It was all in good fun. Portia dropping the damn cutout of the man. I just said, girl, you should have been the person in the audience. You should have sat with Marlo and Sheree. Why would you be the husband you don't too much care for? But hey, at least Portia was willing to have fun with it, and everybody was getting along at that time. So I was cool with that. Afterwards, everybody was going to another part, and Portia pulled Candy to the side and was like, I apologize. Any part that I played in that, I know you was hurt, I apologize. Candy looked at her like, okay, I just want to be on this trip and be cordial, but bitch, I'm really not fucking with you. That's basically what she was telling her. And I couldn't be mad. At first, I was like, oh my God, Candy, fucking be grown. Talk to this girl. Y'all get over it or y'all not. But then I thought about it like, bitch, if that was me, I would have gave her the same reaction. Bitch, we are on the show together, but we do not have to be friends. And Portia was like, you know, I respect that. I'll give you your space. You know, it is what it is. So it is what it is with them too. Because like I said, I put myself in her shoes and I would have been cool with her either. So I couldn't be mad. What else happened on the show? So the girls go to Napa. They have to get on this train, and it was horrible because Portia had to sit with Candy and Kenya, and Nene, Sheree, Cynthia, and Marlo sat together. And I'm sitting there like, why wouldn't Marlo and Marlo and Nene sit with Candy and Kenya? Why wouldn't that happen? Like, why, like, I didn't understand that. I don't care if she did have to go to the bathroom. I thought that was, like, stupid. But she sat with them. It was kind of awkward because Candy kept throwing shade at her. As much as she was trying to have conversation with her, Candy kept throwing shade. I would have gave up on that conversation because it was pointless. When they were talking about her gaining weight, Candy was like, yeah, you did get a little chunky. And I'm just sitting there like, I would have ended that conversation right then and there. When she was talking about the group getting back together and she was happy that the group got back together so she can go to the concert, Candy like, I wasn't going to invite your ass. See, that right there, I would have been like, you know what, somebody trade spaces with me before I jump over this fucking table. Because it was pointless. Either you gonna not say shit or you gonna be cordial. With the throwing the shade, bitch, you get your hit. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so Marlo finds out that Sheree's dude is in jail. And she was like, girl, you need to let that shit go. Like, So then they start talking about him tricking. And she like, tricking off what? And they was like, tricking about stock or some shit. And she was like, he didn't go to jail for stock. He went to jail for security fraud and some other shit. I'm like, bitch, he's still a criminal and you still almost 50, so it still don't work for me. But they start shading her in the confessionals about her man. Like I said, Nene don't ever be vocal about it right then and there what she really want to say. She only throw little jabs here and there, but she don't say what she really want to say. What she really want to say, she said in the confessionals. Nene and Marlo asked Candy about the talk with Portia, and she was like, oh, well, yeah, she apologized, and I said, okay. I said, I'm over her. I'm just over Candy, like, period. I just am. So, Kenya and Portia, they're talking, and they're talking about Kenya's husband. She just want to talk to her about her husband, and when she was talking to both of them, Candy and Portia, about her husband, they were just looking like, bitch, I'm over it. And I'm sitting there like, y'all foul. Candy is a fake ass friend. Because all last year when she was getting into it with Phaedra, her and Kenya was cool, ace boom cool. Because you didn't get invited to her wedding, then that made you feel some kind of way about Kenya. Bitch, please, let me tell y'all something. When I got married, I didn't invite nobody to it. Me and him when it got married, and that was it, because I felt like, this is how I feel. I felt like I wasn't fit to pay for a wedding for everybody else's enjoyment when I would have been stressed out, not being able to enjoy that shit. So we went and just got married and been together for a long time. So I'm just saying, it works. It happens. But her not inviting everybody, like, my family didn't get mad. I have a twin sister. Twin. My sister did not say nothing, did not go off, did not get mad, didn't shade us, nothing. She was happy for us, gave us her blessings, and it was what it was. You know, when my sister got married, thank God she ain't married now. But when she got married, yeah, I was in her wedding, because, you know, I had to be in the wedding, I had to get dressed. But she wouldn't have been tripping if she would have just got married. She had a wedding, so we went. But I don't think she would have been like, bitch, I ain't your sister no more. I ain't talking to you. You don't love me. We ain't friends. None of that. Like, oh my God, people. I guess. But it is what it is with that. I was just irritated. The ladies go to the wine vineyard or whatever, and they smash grapes. Candy and Nene, they was shading and shit, like, I ain't finna do that. And I'm glad they didn't, because the other ladies had fun squashing them grapes. Kenya had to leave early to go and bury her grandmother, so that was very understandable. But yeah, all the ladies were really having fun at this little wine thing. Then they go to this little room, I guess, to sit down and eat or whatever. And because Kenya was gone, it was time to question Kenya. It was time to talk shit about Kenya. Question her marriage and all this kind of stuff. And I'm, like I said, I was once again on Cynthia's side. Like, I didn't understand why they got mad at Cynthia for, like, defending Kenya and then walking out because she didn't want to hear bitches talking about her friend. It's either, but I was sort of like, You can't tell them to be quiet, so you can't shut these bitches up, so you walk out and don't engage in the conversation. Now, if she would have sat there while y'all was sitting there talking about her and playing a game of who thinks she's really married, then Kenya would have been looking at Cynthia funny. So I'm glad she walked out. Then Nene went and talked to her like, girl, you can't make these girls be quiet. You can't do this. You can't be her mama. No, bitch, she's being a friend. Because if she would have did that to you when y'all was so close, Nene, you would have felt some type of way. So I was happy that she walked away and then when she came back, she kind of pissed me off. She came back because Nene was all of the girls was all up in her ear, making her feel some kind of way for not being invited to Kenya's wedding. And I wish she would have just stood her ground and say, you know what, that's the way that girl want to roll. If she wants to get married like that, that's on her. If she don't want to introduce us all to her man after y'all keep talking shit, whether she got one or she don't got one, like, it is what it is. Candy feeling some kind of way, like, girl, if y'all don't fucking knock it off, like, y'all base y'all friendships on if you were invited somewhere or not. I don't know what's up with y'all friendship, but I don't want no parts of it. So, yeah, I just wasn't with that part. They toast Candy for having the cover of Essence. Oh, when Candy said that, oh, well, me and Todd, we were going to go to Mark's restaurant, I guess to school, check him out or whatever. But she was like, we didn't go in because we didn't want Kenya to go off on us. No, bitch, you would have went in if y'all probably wouldn't have had the camera crew with y'all. So you a shady bitch. I don't fuck with, y'all can like Candy if you want to, but I read bitches that I just don't like what they doing. I don't like the way Candy and Kenya is moving with Cynthia after y'all bitches that had y'all falling out, with Nene. Y'all had y'all falling out, she done dogged y'all, now y'all friends with her, so y'all gonna jump on her bandwagon to talk about the next one. That shit ain't cool. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all thought about Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 6. I'm all about support. That's the only reason why I'm still doing these reviews. Because other than that, I'm too grown for this shit. I'll be 40 next month. In a month, 30 days. So, I don't have time for this. I feel like I'm too grown for these childish, petty ass women. I'm just saying. So, yeah. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.